What is the greatest superpower? Is it enhanced strength, flying, invisibility, or the power to stop time? These are nothing when faced with the villain, which is reality. The simple fact that they are not possible disqualify them from being the greatest. Despite the unbreakable laws of nature, there are those who possess true power. Look no further from the individual who can turn people into his or her allies. The man who holds the most terrifying power. The man who controls the media. It was never enough to just have a method of communication. From purely verbal culture to a generation bombarded with media. From a seemingly constructive desire to a chaotic effect. Why does the cigarette smoke never go back to the cigarette? What were the events that led to this point? Some animals have a mechanism where they gesture or make sounds when there is danger. This ability is called alarm signal. Meerkats chatter, birds whistle, and wolves howl. The same principle was applied by man, associating sounds and gestures to a certain meaning. Early innovations. A system of writing was first introduced by the ancient Egyptians with their hieroglyphics and the Semites with their alphabet. They were the pioneers who pushed the concept of permanently recording an idea irrespective of time and space. Mass production of written media was made easy through printing, first practiced by the Chinese. Colonial era. Johannes Gutenberg introduced type printing press to the Western civilization, which paved the way for mass printing books, pamphlets, and newspapers. It was the golden age of radio, television, and movies. Radio stations invaded the stereos, playing in 24/7 schedule. Film used to be silent, sending only text to picture, but then added sound. Television is the proud fusion of verbal, visual, and literary media, letting millions of people from across the globe view historic events. Several improvements followed after the introduction of television. The previously gloomy black and white was able to present videos in full color. With cable, it increased its audience. 1980s. Personal computers were also introduced and gradually replaced typewriters, which were typically used in various offices and businesses. The personal computer evolved into a powerful multimedia, capable of multitasking and performing light-speed calculations. 1990s, digital decade. The World Wide Web was invented during this period by Sir Timothy John Berners-Lee. Its invention gave rise to several others, including news, online news, information, and blogs. To this day, the World Wide Web continuously expands and grows by the second. 2000s, age of media convergence. All the previous media has grown and developed and eventually converged in this age of media convergence. What once were tasks that required several machines can now be done by a single gadget. Communication, information, and entertainment became instantaneous. Traditional and new media have converged and will continue to do so in the years to come. Media all throughout the years have grown, improved, and evolved along with civilization, picking up from its predecessors at the very core, not losing its touch. It is important to look back, to remind ourselves of our humble history, and to prepare ourselves for the future we are building.